Hi, how are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Okay, amazing. So how are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, keeping busy, but doing well.
Okay, great. That's always good to hear. So what's the situation in Canada in terms of COVID-19?
Actually, things are starting to get better. They've just put out news today that, like, really, like today, they just put out that starting May 18th, there's going to be like 5 phases to how things are going to get back to normal process. But starting May 18th, we're going to be like few non-essentials like barbers or, um, what was it again? Yeah, like just different small businesses are going to start opening back up. We can parks might start opening up as well, um, and like a few different, like you can be in small groups outside of like 4 people. So things are starting to progress.
Four
But
people.
yeah, 4 people right now is just 4 people outside, not inside. Outside, but yeah, I think honestly it's been progressing here. Thank God. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to hear. In New York, the cases are going down. However, it's still, I'm calling from New York, it's still very high, and it's so unfortunate. So many people are dying.
Yeah.
So, do you know
New York
anyone?
got it really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Do you know anyone personally who was affected by COVID-19?
Um, no, but I know a few people indirectly that have had a few relatives pass away because of it. Like it's kind of crazy actually. My brother, he had a PSW, like a personal worker, come to the house, and she actually passed away. We told her to stop coming to the house like long time ago, but she had recently passed away because of COVID. A graphic designer I know, his father just passed away. He told me about it yesterday because of COVID. So indirectly, a few people I know have been definitely affected by it. Yeah.
That's so unfortunate. Very
It
unfortunate.
is.
Um, how has this situation affected you as an artist?
Um, well, as an artist, I feel like obviously the situation is extremely saddening when we're talking about the actual circumstances of this pandemic. Um, but although for my personal life, how it affects me as an artist, I feel like this isn't necessarily a downfall in art steps in my journey. I would say that this was actually a time for me to help brand the name, help push me forward as well, and sort of just take time for self-reflection and self-reevaluation. So it honestly has kind of helped me clear my mind and take some time. I'm done. I'm tired. I want to go back outside. I'm tired. I'm over it. But it definitely did help. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, of course, you're based in Canada,
Yeah.
and you were born there as well, right?
Yes, I was born in Montreal.
So, tell me about life growing up there.
Um, Canada is very multicultural. It's very, very multicultural. So, growing up, actually, I wasn't around many Nigerians. I was very much within the French Francophone community, and I grew up around that. So I grew up around a lot of different cultures, um, and I don't know. I guess I lived a regular Joe life. I must say. I mean, I've went to school. I was in a full French school, so I definitely feel like my high school or middle school experience was a little different than what you might see on TV or what I hear in like English schools. But aside from that, I had a very privileged childhood. I would say I've been able to basically. I went into sports. I was able to focus on music. Not really sure how to explain my childhood except for I guess I'm really grateful for it. I had a nice childhood. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
People can't actually say that. So, which one of your parents is Nigerian, by the way?
My father.
Your father.
Yes.
Okay. So, growing up in an African household, tell me about that.
Well, see, that's the thing. I am mixed, right? So I'm French Canadian and I'm Nigerian. So growing up in Canada, full French community. I was literally, me and my sister were the only Nigerians we knew within our school, within our neighborhood. We didn't know other Nigerians around us. We didn't grow up with Nigerians. So, and my dad he's well respected. He's an entrepreneur at its finest. So he's a businessman. He traveled a lot. So we didn't have the opportunity to learn from him as well, as much as we could have. So I'll be honest with you, I didn't really grow up within that African household. I definitely grew up more within the French Canadian household. That's for sure. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. So what are you doing to keep busy right now?
I mean, I'm like broadening my guitar skills all the time. Like I'm definitely trying to improve on that, staying busy as well. Honestly, there's been quite some shows and quite some interviews. So I've been busy. I've been doing well, staying productive, staying active. It kind of gave me a chance to like create a routine for myself for like self-care. So it's been good. It's been good so far. It's been chill. It's been busy and consistent. That's the best way for me to describe it.
Okay, amazing. And I also saw online that you were chosen by Mr. Eazi for the Empower. Yeah. How did that feel?
Wait a minute. Hold on. This is news I have yet to hear myself. Hold on. What do you mean I was chosen for the Empire Top 30?
Empower,
30 artists?
Yeah.
You realize this is the first time I'm hearing of this. I mean, we worked with Empire for one of my songs, but for Sud,
not Empire.
Empower. Sorry, yeah. Well, we had worked with them for one of my songs. Like we had released through them, but we didn't. At least not from what I know. I wasn't part of the top 30 artists that they were now bringing on board. That was not explained to me. That was like a separate, yeah.
Okay, got it. So basically, I saw the news and it said Mr. Eazi chose artists who are, well, I'm not saying that he chose 30, but, you know, you are one of the artists who were.
Okay, well, noted. I'm definitely going to do my research or ask my manager about that because I did not know about that. So that's good to know. Thank you.
But
that's great news, though. That's amazing news.
It is. Let's put it out there in the air.
It's like, what? Like, for real? Like, that literally just shocked me, but in a good way.
Let's put it in the air, you know? You know?
Okay, that's amazing. Well, with that being said, that's an incredible feeling. There was a lot of talent and there was tons of submissions, like tons and tons of submissions. So, wow. Yeah, wow. I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful. Wow. I'm a little speechless right now, but no, it feels really good. I'm glad that my talent and my work is being recognized for sure.
I'm actually going to Google that just to be sure that you were one of the.
I was like, wait a minute.
But I do know you were part of the, you know, the whole group of artists, right?
Yes. Yeah. Like I knew I submitted a video and everything for it as well. So I did do like a few submissions and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. So life as an artist. Of course, I know you said your dad is an entrepreneur and he traveled a lot, but still, I'm pretty sure he tried to instill in you the African.
Of course.
Exactly. So, and being an artist is not always the career path that, you know, our parents would like us to choose. How was that process for you?
Well, initially when I said I wanted to go into like music and entertainment, like anytime my parents had asked me like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I want to be a star. Seriously. I live like, yeah, that corny answer, like I said, that was my answer. So, I gave that answer to him and at first he didn't entertain it. And going into high school, he was telling me and my sister, he wasn't paying for school unless we're going to Hong Kong. Oh yeah, he was dead straight on it. So, but you know, I also told him that this is truly my passion. If you put me in school for anything else, I might just fail. And then that's just waste of money. What was the point of that? So I ended up going to school for acting, which he assisted me with. And now my dad is actually my manager for music. So yeah, he's actually my manager. And the thing is, he's been very heavily invested within the Afrobeats music scene and industry in general. He produced a lot of shows. So yeah, we did. I think that honestly, by the grace, I feel like it's really God telling me that this was meant for me, because I have such a supportive like family all throughout, for sure. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity. Like honestly, yeah.
Of opportunities. I know you've gotten the chance to tour, open for Mr. Eazi, Burna Boy, the Wizkid.
Yeah.
How does that feel to get a chance to basically tour around the world?
It's absolutely it. I'm grateful. Like that. Anytime I get asked that question, that's literally the only thing I can say is that I'm extremely grateful, because it's not every day that an artist of at my level, I guess, is able to
Right.
to even be on stage with them, and I'm fully aware of where I'm at in my growth process as an artist. So I'm extremely grateful, and I think that especially with Mr. Eazi going on tour, that first show we ever did together was when he came to Toronto, and then after that we found out about the tour and everything, and they had invited us. They told us like, you're more than welcome to come on tour with us, because, and it was only based on the performance I gave on the
Oh,
show in
wow.
Toronto. Yeah, or else I don't think they would have been so willing for me to be a part of the whole tour. But yeah, no, that was really what it was based off. So I'm just glad that the hard work I'm putting in is also being received by people of their standard and at their level, and I'm just grateful to share the same stage with them. It's incredible. It's
Yeah.
incredible. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like it. So what's one thing that you've learned from them?
From Eazi?
Eazi, let's say Burna Boy, his tour,
All of
Kid, yes.
definitely being on tour with them and everything like that. That it's not easy. It's really, and it's not something for everybody. It's really not. Like performing and singing just in the studio are two completely different things, like entirely. And there is a huge difference between the two. So I'm really glad that I could even see them perform, because they're amazing performers, and just the way they engage with the crowd, the way they keep it going, like that also helped me kind of understand how best to work with their crowds. And I would say, like, really and truly, it's not for everyone, and it's a lot of hard work. And I applaud them for being able to do it back to back, and on top of that, add media within it and extra content they have to get done, and all the in betweens between every show as well. It's a lot. It is a lot, and it's a lot of hard work. So it made me realize just how much you really got to do to be in it, and to go on tour and to be fully invested as an artist. It made me want it even more, but that's definitely what I learned, for sure.
Right. Definitely
Yeah.
have to be tenacious, because
Yeah.
there's times that as an artist, you know, you can be put down by seeing other people's success. So I definitely, yeah. So what would you say has been the hardest thing for you to overcome as an artist, or something
Um,
that you struggle with,
sorry.
or something that you've struggled with?
I think one thing to overcome has been the basic standard that I'm supposed to be within one genre or stick to one genre. For me personally, that's not my sound. It's not my energy. I'm able to work with so many different sounds of music, and I feel like it resonates with me as an artist. So it has been difficult, though, to categorize myself and to sort of place myself in a certain genre or image, just because I don't want there to be a specific image or genre. I just want to be me. And me is I'm very just everywhere, like, and that's just how I am. So yeah, for me, I would say kind of one of the hardest things has been to be able to properly categorize myself in the industry, because there are so many aspects and categories and things that are looked at, and how to market, how best to push you. It's been tough to market me, but I think we're still overcoming it. And I think we're at a point in life right now, in our generations, how things are moving, that we don't need to stick to what used to be normal. I think we are kind of breaking that barrier anyways,
Right.
slowly and surely. So I'm just glad that I'll be able to say I was one of those artists that was able to overcome that, and be one of those people that influenced the break. So, but it's definitely a challenge right now, for sure.
Right, right. Because I read somewhere that you would like to create your own genre, something like Afrofusion.
Yeah,
Yeah. So definitely, I think it's happening right now. I
that's
actually,
right.
yeah. So, huh? How would you say you feel about the way Afrobeat is being? I don't want to say, let's say, received worldwide.
I think we're growing. I think we're growing. I think that like 3 years ago, you would not hear Afrobeat the way you hear it now. There's no way. There's no way you were walking into any retail store, any proper, well-known retail store, and you're hearing Afrobeat. That was not happening.
No.
And now we're at a stage where like you can go into 5 different stores and you're at least hearing one song that was made by an African artist. And that to me, like showcasing Afrobeat music to add to that. And that to me is an amazing step forward for our culture. Like in general, Africa as an all, when it comes to food, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to music, like we need the world to see us as a standard like every other culture, whereas instead of foreign.
Right.
And I think that we're starting to really push into that and really get there. So I'm really proud. I think that we're doing really well. We have more to do. I for sure believe that, especially within the diaspora, the main market, the commercial market, there's more that can be done to showcase what we can really do as artists, and in music in general. But we're progressing. We're definitely progressing in the right path, and it's amazing to see. I'm glad to be part of it. Yeah.
Exactly. I am as well. If somebody said, TJ said you sound good in your music, just try to feature Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy. It will make you boost more. So
Yes, thank you so much. Definitely would. But right time, right place. It's not like I can just call them up and say, "Hey, let's make a song." It's not that easy. I wish it was, but I feel like when the right time comes, it'll definitely happen. Definitely.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now, have you ever been to Nigeria?
Have I ever been to Nigeria?
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I was there was in December.
In
It
December.
was,
What was
yeah.
the experience like?
I was only there for a week. Sorry?
I've never been, by the way.
Wow.
I wanted to go
Really?
last year, but yeah. So I'm the plan is to go this year. God willing.
Yeah, hopefully we can go this year. But no, I finally went last year last year in December for the first time as an adult, and that felt amazing. Like absolutely amazing. Like before that last time I was there I was 15. And before that 10, 5. So when I initially went, I was going as a kid. I didn't know much. I didn't live here. I didn't really know anybody. I was just going from house to car to house. I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't really get to experience it. So when I went in December as an adult, man, it felt good. I was able to socialize. I went out. I saw town. I really saw Lagos. And like for me, that felt really nice. I wish I saw more. That's the thing. I was only there for 1 week. And then we went back to Ghana. So I wasn't even there long enough, in my opinion. But it definitely felt like, wow, now I'm understanding where I'm from. Now I feel like I can really like say like, no, I can't even say I was only there for 1 week. But I feel like when I go back, like I want to be able to say like, this is my home. And for a long time, I wasn't able to feel that way because I didn't understand my culture. So in December, I really got a chance to kind of see home in a different light, and it felt good. I want to go back so bad. For
That's
sure.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is Nigerian.
Yes, I'm Nigerian.
She's
I'm
Nigerian.
Nigerian and French Canadian. That should be known, but yeah, I'm Nigerian.
Nigerian French.
Yoruba tribe. If you need all the specifics, Osun State, even more detail for you. Okay.
Amazing. So, what's one thing that you can say when you were in Lagos that you can't get where you're at right now?
Suya.
Really?
It's warm. We have suya here, but it's not the same. It is not the same. It is not as good. There's no way. It's definitely So yeah, I would say in general, like almost every house has a gate. Like you don't see that in Canada. You don't like that's not really a thing, but I actually kind of like it better personally. I feel like more privacy, more security that way. I guess drivers as well. That's not something common. So yeah, I mean, I really can't. In my personal opinion, there's a lot that there is in Lagos that we can get back home, but those are some of the like little nits and picks, I guess, that I've seen that I like. But I don't know. I never thought of that actually. I don't know. I can't think of that right now.
No, I love suya too, so I definitely know the feeling. Yes.
Girl, no,
Very
like I have yet to taste any suya here that is as good as back home. Like you're playing games. You are playing games. Just food generally is better back home, right? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, in terms of what influenced you to get into music, I know Fela is one of them, of course.
Right.
You want to talk about that?
So Fela has influenced a few of my latest songs for sure, but when it came to just making music in general, I really can't say there was any artist in specific that influenced me, that inspired me to be like, this is what I want to do. Like, there was no singer or anyone per se. Like, I just always wanted to make music. There was one movie, actually, called Superstar, starring Melody Shannon. And I saw that when I was so young, and that was the thing. Her line was, "I want to be a superstar." Like that was her line in the thing. I swear to goodness that like resonated with me forever. And that's when I was like, I want to be a star. I didn't know how, I didn't know what. I just wanted to be a star because I love acting as well. It's just as big of a passion for me as music is, but music's easier independently, which is why it's my focus. But yeah, I just always loved music. So once I got my guitar when I was 10, that was it. I just kept writing, kept making music.
Oh, wow.
And I kept it going. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So what message do you like to portray in your music?
Well, I feel like every song is different. For me personally, I go off feeling, I go off of a vibe. I feel like there's a mood for everything. You don't always have to be serious and you don't always have to be fun. But I like to kind of blend the two. So an overall message that I always try to showcase and give is to exude your confidence and to live in your truth and to speak your truth, speak it confidently, be proud of who you are. And I think you kind of get that feeling throughout all my songs, that there is confidence behind them and that I'm shamelessly showing you who I am. And I don't care. It's what I love to make. I love to make music this way. I love to just speak whatever the beat tells me to. And that's why, especially for the album coming, it's a very wide range of music because it's all different types of moods. But one thing for sure is to exude your confidence and speak your truth, for sure.
Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
So besides the artists, of course, that people suggested, who else would you like to collab with in the near future?
Well, if I gotta add this, I guess. In the album coming, there's actually some strong features on it. So I'm really excited about that. So you guys should expect some music with me and Zlatan, me and Runtown, me and King Promise.
Yeah.
Yes, girl. And they're all part of the project. So that comes out May 22nd. So we still got some strong features, but definitely I still wanna, if it were me, I would feature it. I would love to make a song with everybody, but like Tenny is definitely on my list. Rema's on my list, to be quite frank. Yeah, Burna, Eazi, Wizkid, Davido, definitely.
Timmy?
You know, Tiwa, huh?
Timmy?
Temi?
Simi.
Oh, I was just about to say, yeah, Tiwa, Simi.
I love
like
it.
That's the thing, and I love the fact Simi has such a high octave in her voice in general, and mine is much lower. So I feel like our contrast would be really nice too. So it's like, trust me, if I could, I would work with anybody. Like I love music and I love talent. And once I know that you have that, I would love to work with you. It doesn't matter, like, you know, who you are per se. But yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So are you ready for us?
Yes.
Performance. She's about
yes.
to.
I got you guys. Okay.
Okay.
So, I'm going to play my, hold on, let me try to, yeah. I'm going to play my latest song that I just released last month, April 24th.
Okay.
Called Free. And yeah, it's available everywhere.
Amazing.
Here we go.
Take it away.
I can't run away from home. I can't run away from home. I'm running, I'm gone. I'm running, I'm gone. I can't run away from home. I'm running, I'm gone. Talking got me mentally in my song. They fall sick sentimentally in my bones. Agony reach my soul deep inside. Only you can decide to follow me through my path in this life as I find my own light to take it easy on me. I'm feeling so free. So take it easy on me. I'm feeling so I can't run away from home. But I'm running, I'm gone. I can't run away from home. But I'm running, I'm gone. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm gone. I'm running, I'm gone. And I can't run away from home. I'm running, I'm gone. Gone, past my history, gone, yeah, I'm gone, escape my misery, gone, oh, I'm gone, escape negativity, gone, hey, I'm gone, I will move on, so take it easy on me, I'm feeling so free, so take it easy on me. I'm feeling so I can't run away from home. I'm running, I'm gone. I can't run away from home. I'm running, I'm gone. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm gone. I'm running, I'm gone. And I'm running, gone. Yeah.
Yay! Amazing. So that's running, you said?
Yes.
Running.
So that song was called Free and is out now on all platforms.
Okay. Amazing.
Yes, thank you.
You sound like do you know Natasha Bedingfield?
Yeah.
You give me her vibes.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I like that. That's a new one. I've never heard that before.
I love her. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Amazing. So of course, you know, I have to ask you questions about Nigeria, the situation in Nigeria. Do you follow up on what's going on there currently?
Depends on what you're talking about exactly.
So in terms of COVID-19, there has been a lot of reports about instability in terms of, you know, the government not helping the people out, basically telling them to stay on lockdown and they can't feed for themselves. So what do you say about that?
That's actually a very, very unfortunate situation, and I learned about that very early, and we were able to actually created a whole COVID-19 food drive challenge with an organization in Nigeria called Medic. And so we came together and we actually created a whole donation fund that we just closed on the 30th, and we raised up to $1,234 to help feed a lot of communities back home. So we fed 6 communities in Ibejuleki. Like we reached 358 people because yeah, it's extremely disappointing that the government is not going to help its own people when they know the struggles that they have to go through. The fact that they hustle today to eat tomorrow, and now you're telling them to stay home, that they can't, but you're not giving them any food to provide. So it's absolutely heartbreaking. So I mean, me being here, it makes me more grateful for the privileges, but it makes me sad that I physically can't help. So I was glad that I was at least able to do something from afar, which is what we did. But it's a very sad situation, of course.
And that's really all we all need to do. Basically lend a hand wherever we can.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's disappointing, like you said. Very disappointing. Yeah. So do you have anything else you'd like to share? I know the album is coming out.
Yeah, the album comes out May 22nd. Make sure you guys are aware. Like we're also releasing a song every Friday until then. So we just released a song with Wavy the Creator that's called Magical Fruits, and it's out everywhere. And we have another song that comes out Friday, and that's called Vida Está Belle. So this one is like a full French song. I did it for all my Frenchies out there. But it's still a very good song. I think anyone will enjoy. And yeah, just follow up with the journey because we're always doing something new, but that's the most upcoming news.
Okay, amazing. So guys, definitely follow her at Tome Official _, correct?
Yes, Tome Official _.
Right. So thank you so much for joining us today, and I'll definitely keep in touch.
Yes, please.
Looking forward to the album.
Yes, girl.
Hear those features. Definitely.
Yeah. I'm excited for everyone to hear. Girl, I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
It's good nervous.
Yes, great nervous. Great nervous.
Right. Thank you so much. Stay blessed.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Of course. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hello. How are you?
I didn't know you put me on already. How you doing?
I'm well.
I like Sahara Reporter. It's it's a wonderful, reliable, new online news. So I'm a fan of Sahara Reporter. So I believe in you guys. If I even see a news on CNN, I will check with Sahara Reporter first.
Wow, that's great.
So if I see news on Sahara Reporter, I believe the news is valid. So if I don't see it on there, it is an untrue rumor.
Okay.
So it's just a rumor flying around. So
I'll share the news, but how are you coping with COVID-19?
yeah, it's scary if you want to look on the news and see what's going on around you. The cases are rising, But as people, we have to work, we have to feed, we have to. I mean, at least the most important thing is we have to survive.
Right.
Surviving entails a lot of stuff. Surviving is staying cautious, following the directives of the CDC, one, and also making sure you are eating. Because if you don't have money, if you don't work, and there is no some form of palliative from anywhere, there is like we say in quote, hunger virus will eventually kill you. Something will kill you. I'm wearing my mask. I think I just have about 1, 2, 3 masks here.
Please,
I put my mask on. When I'm in my car, it's not necessary. Yeah, my hand glove when necessary, and I do a lot of washing of my hands. I have my hand sanitizer,
Right.
I don't even find that right now. Yeah, it's right there. So, we all should try and be, and be cautious. Be cautious about it. And I think we're going to survive through. I think, this thing is going to pass. It's going to pass, and the world will come to norm because it's really crazy. The figures are increasing every day, but we're trying our best to survive. And we're praying for our people in Nigeria too, because what is eventually going to affect them may not be the COVID. It's going to be the hunger part of it that I'm talking about. Because these people live on, because these people live on what they make daily. See, I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to have family that will understand. Even if I send 2,000, 5,000, 5,000 among, maybe I have 100,000 to share. Take 10. Oh, if you have two kids, maybe you take 10, 20. You are just a boy. You're just alone. You're 18 years old. Take 5K.
Right.
We should all try. We that we can afford. Let's try and help our people at home. The government are nothing to write them about. I can say that anytime, any day. We've always been having the wrong type of people in power, and I believe strongly in what Shura is saying. If not for my wife that just don't want me to be out there, I'm just being pushed to just come home and just get arrested too. Let these people know that for real. Let these people
Don't
know
get
that you guys
arrested
can't
or
just be for real, for real. But I don't have a big company like Shura.
thank you
Okay,
for your
I have to
feedback
leave
and be
now.
safe, okay?
Sure, you too.
Bye. Hi.
Hi. Wait, just 1 second. All right.
Okay.
Okay, I can't be on video, but yeah, I have some things to say because I think the Nigerian government is actually doing a great job. Well, not compared to the rest of the world,
Okay.
but I've never seen state governments and the federal government band together and unify in the way that they've done so far. They've actually done, in relation to the COVID situation, they've done more to unify the country than anything else in the past. And I'm sure that, the country after COVID will, be a stronger and much more unified place. You can't expect a country like Nigeria to come up with a one size fits all sort of solution that, enables the country to recover from this quickly. And sure, you can see that there are many public health scenarios and accidents that happened. You can see that opening up the country the way that they have was definitely the wrong call. They might have
You said it was the wrong call?
Yeah, it was definitely the wrong call to ease the lockdown when they did, and the manner in which they did. You see the banks, you see the videos that people post online.
Right.
It was the wrong move, and they didn't do it in a way that would suggest that they had any understanding of the mechanisms through which that they were meant to have done it. They should have eased the lockdown in a process that would have allowed people to return to work in a slow manner. But everyone was it was very, very horrendous in my eyes. And the way that, the entire thing began, it wasn't processed by people that understood public health. And I don't think, even the experts knew how to handle this. They were just emulating the processes of Europe and the US. So at the end of the day, when you understand the fact that Nigeria's never handled anything like this, you have to appreciate, the state governments that have managed to isolate incidents and, the NCDC for the work that they've done. That's just my opinion.
Okay, no, definitely you're entitled to your opinion. But what do you have to say in terms of the funds that has been given? And the people on ground, they're complaining about not receiving anything. I'm not sure from your accent. Are you in the UK?
I can't talk about me, but in terms of the donations that have been given by private enterprise and the IMF that's repatriated funds from, the Sana Abacha regime, I think a lot of good can be done there. Nigeria is a population of 200 million people. It would be crazy to expect that even 20% of those people will receive palliatives. I think that in many cases, most of the food items that are given would be inadequate or would be otherwise, items that were seized in some prior, event like the rice seizing of 2019. You can't expect the government to do everything. Private enterprise is going to need to band together to ensure that people are given, some sort of palliatives. But at the same time, there's a lot that we can do for ourselves together. We can help each other. It's not, if you're relying on government to bail you out, you're in the wrong country for that.
Okay, where are you, by the way?
No, that's all I have to say. Thank you. I'm very busy right now, but I'll call again tomorrow, and we can discuss this further. Thanks.
Thank you. Wow. Okay. Okay, so I'll take one more person and then I definitely have to go. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hi. Thank
How
you
you doing?
for being a fan. One of
Long
our
time.
biggest fans.
A long
All
time.
right.
How you doing?
I'm great. And yourself?
I'm doing all right.
Okay, where you
Is
from?
it Maryland?
Maryland. Okay.
Yeah,
What's the
is
situation
it
there?
uh not that bad. Kind of stayed the lockdown, you understand, but essential workers are still going around moving, doing their
Right.
daily business and stuff like that. But when we talk about Nigeria, see, I've lost hope. I've lost hope. I'm telling you about Nigeria. I've lost hope totally for a very long time.
And why is
And
that?
that was the reason why I didn't attend my college or higher apart from secondary school. You understand? I didn't want to go through the educational system in Nigeria because nothing is working. And when you compare, when that guy was talking, the previous that Musa or whatever was talking, I don't think he has lived in Nigeria. You understand? When you
Right.
compare a system that is working to that of Nigeria, you'll be pissed off. Like you ask yourself a question like, why are people that are not educated ruling people that are educated, ruling people that are smart? The most smartest black nation in the whole world.
Hmm.
And you find out that so-called high school or primary school people ruling us. Well, when it comes to distributing funds to people, there's so many easy ways to go about it. People keep crying about PVN and stuff like that. You understand? They
Right.
know how to do it. If it's election, they know how to distribute money.
Hmm.
You understand? If it's NEPA bill, they know how to get people to pay NEPA bill.
Hmm.
So I understand the database structure is not really there in Nigeria, getting people's data, but at least to an extent they have people's data.
That's right.
You understand? Well, like I said, I've lost hope, and everybody that I have in Nigeria, I tell them to leave. I'm
What
telling
about the
you.
people who don't have a choice?
Where some people that don't
Serious.
people that don't have a choice, that's what will keep fighting so that they can be changed.
Yeah,
You understand? Like
I
like
definitely hope so. This
two
is
days
across board. It's not just even in Nigeria, you know.
yeah, two
Let's
days
go on that.
ago,
Yeah.
Shore posted a video of my friend that was beaten because he works for Sahara Reporters. You understand? That guy, we both study in India.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's like a brother to me. And trust me, if I was in Nigeria, I would definitely do something. You understand? I don't even know what to do. I don't know what I would have done.
Oh my, don't say it now.
I would say, but
Be safe. Be
it
safe.
touches
Thank you. Let me
it
protect you.
it
Okay?
touches it touches my heart
No,
to see
I
that
understand. I understand.
the youth are trying to make changes, and the Nigeria police oh my goodness. I don't think most of them, 80% of them they've not enjoyed life. If
Hmm.
they've seen life from the other side of the world, they will ask the government questions.
Well, some people are not fortunate enough to even
You-
afford to be out of Nigeria. So we have to
They
keep
should
that in mind as
please
well.
tell
Okay?
them they should go to Ghana. They should just see before I started
Everyone
traveling.
can go to Ghana.
No, but Ghana is just too close. Before I started traveling, I went to Ghana just to
Okay.
remove that Nigerian mentality out of my head.
Hmm.
Because when you are caged in one place, you think that is how other countries run. That is how they run their system. I
Right.
went to Ghana by road.
Oh wow.
I went to Ghana by road. I went to Benin, Togo, then got to Ghana border. When I got to Ghana, they were about to like seize the power. They announced national news that from so time to so time, the power will be cut.
Wow.
That is Ghana. That is like 2010.
Oh wow.
But in my country, they want to cut off the power. They don't even announce.
Shout out to Ghana.
you understand? I have to travel there. I have to travel there just to change my thinking. And when I went back to Nigeria, I started my processing for admission to India for a film school. Then I went to India. Then I realized that, oh my goodness, so there's a country like this that 24/7 lights and stuff like that. And that was where my thinking changed totally.
Yeah, definitely. I have to take somebody else now.
No problem. Thank you so much for your time.
My coworkers are going to go live again tomorrow, and I'll go back live on Friday. So you guys definitely stay tuned. And
don't worry. You know I always follow you.
All right. Thank you. Stay safe. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Earlier, I want to hear what else he has to say.
Yeah, thank you very much for accepting my request. Now, the other guy, Prince Olaskills or whatever, he was saying something about how he went to Ghana, how he studied in India. That has no bearing on the coronavirus issue that I'm talking about. The coronavirus issue as a public health issue, everyone everywhere in the world is facing this. New York, the United States has over 1 million people infected. And it doesn't seem to be slowing down in any sense. Nigeria is a third world country, and yes, we are a third world country. I studied in India. What the hell? All right, so Nigeria is a third world country. It's much more difficult to be able to enable people. There are 200 million people in the country. 100 million of those people are adults, and of those 100 million people, maybe 60% of them.
Oh. I'm not sure why. Hello?
I'm here.
Yes.
Okay, so as I was saying, there are 100 million adults in Nigeria, and maybe 27 to 30% of these people, don't have access to the formal financial systems. They don't have BVNs. They don't have bank accounts, and it makes it extremely difficult to be able to feed those people. So when you understand that, and you understand that Nigeria doesn't have, a proper database to enable these people, a situation like this, it wasn't great. No one wants this to have happened. But I think in many ways it was necessary.
In the US, no one was prepared for this. But
right,
what some people are saying, however, is billionaires, millionaires have donated funds, and those are funds that are meant for the people, and the public, the general public, they're complaining that they haven't received anything, or if they are, it's very little compared to the money that has gone into the donations. So that's basically what people are angry about. I don't think a lot of people are angry at the fact that the Nigerian government did not take any steps. I think they're mad at the fact that, after, COVID-19 did enter Nigeria, the steps that were taken after that in terms of palliatives or what have you. Yeah.
I think my gripe is, sure, that's an issue, but my gripe is with what happened before COVID entered Nigeria, because we saw this happening since January. This was something that we were literally watching until it hit us, right? And I think that Nigeria could have done much more, before the Italian guy who got infected in Nigeria, which, after he got infected and, he was still roaming the country and, airports were still flying, airplanes were still flying. So they could have done a lot more way before, but they didn't. And then once it hit, and once there were 5 people that were infected, they were like, oh no, the rest of us are immune. And this thing became much worse than we can even talk about. I think 100 people are dying in Kano, And,
Right. The
it's
numbers
crazy.
are going up. The numbers are
Right. And the thing is, those people that are dying, they're saying that the cause of death is a mysterious cause of death. They can't even account this to COVID.
right.
So there's no accountability. There's very little accountability. There's very low levels of testing, compared to Ghana and South Africa. At the end of the day, I think that Nigeria has been in a bad state for a long time. And we needed something like this to jerk us back into place so that we know our priorities instead of buying, multi-million dollar, houses and cars for executives. We can start to, move towards establishing a proper healthcare system, enabling more education. Because it's a mess. It's a mess, and it's only going to get worse. And, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but hundreds of thousands of people are going to die in Nigeria, and it's unfortunate.
I'm really praying, that's not the case, and that's throughout Africa, and even out here in the U.S. Yeah, I'm really praying that's not the case. Well, unfortunately, that has been the case in the U.S., especially in New York. But we just have to just keep the faith. So
how are you managing in New York? Are you in isolation, or are you like
Of course, definitely.
Okay.
Isolation. I only go out when I have to go to the grocery store, and I come right back in, so yeah. But some people are saying that you're not Nigerian, or
That's okay. Just ignore, a lot of people just say things and they don't really understand everything. Yeah, of course I wouldn't be on here if I wasn't, but that has no bearing on my argument.
Necessarily.
Oh, it's okay, but I mean, that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I think I have to say something. I just feel compelled, to speak my mind, because I think most of the arguments that people are presenting are either uneducated or they've just been, confused by what the media is reporting, or, whatever. But I think that people need to give credit where credit is due. Nigeria has never banded together this way, even though it's terrible, even though the, response to this has been terrible. You've never seen state governments and federal governments band together over a public health issue. And, you mentioned, millionaires and billionaires donating money. Sure, Nigeria's doing that as well. And you've never seen, an event where, the wealthy are helping out the poor in such a way. You've never seen people donating food. I mean, it's, I'm really proud of the efforts that have been taken.
I have a question in terms of that, actually. Do you think that, because that's something that I've thought about, being that COVID does not discriminate in terms of wealth or race and what have you, do you think that the fact that, the leaders are basically trapped in the country, usually when they're sick, they go to other neighboring countries or even in Europe for treatment, and this time around they can't do that? Do you think that's why they've, basically decided to join hands?
That's a tough question. I think that, when you consider the fact that most of the, donations come from private enterprise,
right.
Everyone, there's a saying by Adam Smith that he says that it's not by the benevolence of the butcher that you get your meat, right? Or the baker that you get your bread, but due to their self-interest, due to the fact that they want to make money, you're able to get your meat and you're able to get your bread from the bakery and the butcher. Everyone at the end of the day is more interested in their self-interest than helping someone else out. And you would want to hope that, creating an environment where you're able to both incentivize other people to do well as profit from that. It's a good thing. That's how capital markets were formed. But Nigeria should be focused more on enhancing the healthcare systems. And I think that, something like this needed to happen to prompt such an action. I wouldn't say that, there's no one that's in this because they don't want to profit. Of course they want to profit. That's all, Nigerian politicians think about, how they can profit off of, their fellow man. But at the same time, you can profit as well as develop the country. No one is saying not to profit, but you need to develop your own country. It's yours. You can't go to Ghana or to India or to Maryland and you want to live there your entire life. It's not possible for you or your family or your extended family. You need to develop your own country so that, you know, everyone in your immediate circle can survive.
Right. I totally agree. Well, thank you for calling and clarifying your stance.
Sure.
Stay tuned in. We'll be going live a little more, I don't know. We'll be going live a little more. So definitely
okay.
stay tuned.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep you guys in the loop, okay? Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. There's someone that has been Mr. Ronaldin. Let me call you, and you'll be the last guest for today. I know you've been waiting.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
Are you happy? I finally put you through. Sorry for having you wait.
No, it's fine.
How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank God.
Okay.
Where are you coming from?
New Hampshire.
Okay, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Yep, take it away.
So to me, right, I understand what Mousa guy was saying, but see, as a Nigerian person, right, and you live outside for a while, running outside your country to live somewhere else is not the best. That's the reason why Sowore went back. No matter what, no matter the kind of job you have, even if you're making millions of dollars, you're not the number one citizen in another man's country. Going back to help your country is the best thing. But to me, the number one thing we can do to help Nigeria is to change the mindset of Nigerians. And we have to start from like the children, the kids. We have doctors. My brother is a doctor, but you can have other people like the Europeans coming to Nigeria, you know, to help us, blah, blah. It makes our people feel inferior. Look, I came here to school, and to my greatest surprise, I was thinking I wasn't like in Nigeria. I'm bullshit in Nigeria. Like, I'm not even an average student, but I came here and I'm like one of the best. So all these things is just the mindset. So imagine me, I came all the way from Nigeria, and now I know. Imagine the amount of millions of people that have never crossed Nigeria. Do you know how inferior they feel? They don't even know that they're very good. Definitely. So I think for the government to change, they have to change the mindset of the youths. It's not about going online to tweet and do funny skits and all that. Yes, we're very smart, and I agree, but if it's to change Nigeria, we have to start with the kids. Education needs to change. The way we teach people needs to change. We need to believe in ourselves. Well, I'm so happy that you were able to pick me. I understand what Mousa was saying. I understand what the other person was saying. But Mousa, I think even if he grew up in Nigeria, maybe he just grew up in Nigeria when he was like 2 to 5 years old. He left early. I stayed in Nigeria. I grew up in Nigeria. I finished my secondary school, my first university. I understand Nigeria very well. I grew up in Port Harcourt. Nigeria is crazy. All those things he's saying, it's just saying it from the top. If you go deep down to the hood where people are like suffering, they don't even have an idea. If you give somebody 500 naira, you become like a king in front of people. But how much is it here? It's like $2 or $1, like 50. Wow. So I feel like, okay, I watched a video on YouTube, right? Sorry, this is just a short story.
Yeah, real quick.
He's a Nigerian guy. I think he's a virologist. He discovered some medication for malaria. Nigerian government don't even care about him. He said he has some medications. Sorry?
Do you know his name actually?
We're
trying to get a
I think he's in Abuja. He's in Abuja.
Okay, please DM his name to us.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, he even has like he said he has like some medication for this COVID-19. He has sent it to Nigerian government. Nobody even gives it. Nobody cares about him.
Wow.
That's not nice. Nigerian government need to look inward and trust our people. See, we have something. How come is it that if I go, imagine in New Hampshire, they still have Nigerians doing very well. Nobody, if I say I'm from New Hampshire, I'm very sure like 100% of, let's say 90% of Nigerians don't even know where New Hampshire is. But yeah, Nigerians doing very well. Why is it that Nigerians are doing very well wherever they go to? We have it. It's just that I think the government is not just helping the majority of Nigeria. So is just one. There are so many people that are coming to Nigeria. We have to change Nigeria somehow. Me, I don't care. Even if I've stayed here for how many, I must go back to Nigeria. If it's one person I can change, I'll have to do that. As far as I'm concerned, that's what me I want to do for Nigeria. Thank you. I'm going to DM you.
Amazing. Thank you. Be safe.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
All
right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. I have to end this call right now. However, definitely tune in tomorrow. We have exciting shows lined up for you, and definitely on Friday as well. I'll be back on air. Okay. Thank you for tuning in, and stay safe. And if we want to build, we have to go back to the drawing board. I totally agree with that. All right, guys. Stay safe. Okay. Bye.